Alpha's in the way, Davey. Great Scott! I feel the need for speed. Cowabunga, dude! You're a wizard, Harry.
Welcome to the When Harry Met Movies podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Harry Met Movie podcast with Dad.
Hi Harry, how are you?
Really good. I messed that intro up so much then. That's the worst one I've done.
It's only been 3 and a bit years, but you get there eventually, mate.
I don't know why. I think it's when I have to say Dad.
Dad.
Yeah, Dad.
So why don't you tell all our listeners, other than repeating my name, what the podcast is about?
Basically, Dad shows me films is from his childhood and we review them. I'm really messing up my word today.
And what month are we doing?
So
why don't you tell all our listeners? Yeah.
Saying we've already watched 3 of these films. Is it right? 3? I've already loved this month to pieces. So I'm sad that this month comes to end soon.
So today's episode we are doing Airplane. But we always like to start with a little bit of a challenge. This is for new listeners where we get a random category out of the bag. And we have 30 seconds to name as many things from that category as possible.
Comic book characters again, oh no.
Harry gets 30 seconds to name as many as possible. And
I'm dead though, because you can just name the next one, can't you?
Can I finish explaining what this is? You get 30 seconds to name as many as possible, and then I've got to try and beat you, but I can't repeat the ones you've said. Okay, comic book characters.
Yep.
And they can be in the comic book, or does it have to be in a film as well?
Which one's more likely to win? Probably films.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Wolverine, Hawkeye in one? Black Widow, Storm, Phoenix, is that her name? Cyclops, Professor X, Gambit, you can't. Sabretooth, Deadpool, I failed. Let's say Storm, Magneto, Nightcrawler. I think I did well there.
You did 15.
I think that's the best I've done for a while.
Yeah, it's not too bad actually. Shall I go?
Oh God, prepare yourself.
Joker, Riddler,
I also get
Catwoman, Poison Ivy, Batman, Robin, Alfred, Superman, Jor-El, Lex Luthor,
God.
Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, Darkseid, Spider-Man, Hobgoblin, Green Goblin, Vulture, Rhino, Venom, Electro, Sandman.
Have they all been films?
Maybe Hobgoblin hasn't.
Who's Hobgoblin? That's what I'm trying to think.
He's like but technically there's somebody that does become the Hobgoblin has been in the films. All the rest have been in films.
Yeah.
So you've only took one away, it's 21.
I also get out DC characters because I'm not the best DC, am I?
You always forget about these shit.
Yeah,
and there's like I could have done Flash and things like that.
Right.
We always start the actual podcast part, the film review part, where one of us recaps the plot, and we flip a coin to decide how many lines we're going to go with.
3
Heads or tails?
heads. Please don't be me again.
Heads. You have 3 lines to tell us a story.
Airplanes. I'm trying to think how to describe this film.
What's meant to be the plot?
The plot of Airplane's meant to be a plane is about to crash. Am I right?
Yeah, basically everyone gets ill.
Yeah, everyone gets ill on a plane and then he'd make an emergency landing. So an ex-military pilot flies the plane and anarchy... I was trying to think of the word. Anarchy ensues? Yeah, and ensues among the passengers of the plane.
Yeah, it's basically it. So, Airplane's the first... I always do some film facts. Airplane is the first one of our spoof movie month. Came out in 1980. It's an hour and 28 minutes long. Budget was 3.5 million. Worldwide gross was 83 million. Top 5 films for that year were Empire Strikes Back, 9 to 5, Stir Crazy,
I'm working 9 to 5.
Airplane, and then Any Which Way, which is a Clint Eastwood film. So the film is based on another film called 0 Hour. I've never seen 0 Hour, but apparently it's pretty much shot for shot the same, without the comedy.
Can we watch it just to see?
If you want to watch it, you can, but I'm not.
No.
I've no plans to watch it.
It's not got comedy in it, no. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's a serious film, so that's the point. It takes this film and pretty much recreates it shot for shot.
But it just adds.
Yeah, I assume like there's loads of comedy, mad, crazy bits. I don't, but as in the essence of the film is there. This guy gets on a plane. He's an ex-pilot. Everyone gets ill. If someone has to fly a plane, he flies a plane.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. The initial film only took 34 days to film.
Wow, is that quick?
Yeah, very quick. Most films now, you're talking like 3 to 6 months minimum. Some almost a year, depending on what they are. It made its budget back in its first 2 days of release.
Its budget was like $1 million, wasn't it?
Most of the actors in the film were actually originally, like before that, were always cast as serious roles, whereas they liked this because it allowed them to be funny. I'm a bit where the plane crashes through the front of the airport, because the guy goes like that and redirects the plane because he's telling somebody that something's over there. Apparently after that they got a lot of letters off pilots saying that that's actually almost happened quite a lot of the time, where somebody waves a stick the wrong way and they miss.
You would think they would notice, wouldn't you?
But when they start to turn the plane, but the plane doesn't turn slowly, does it?
No.
So yeah. So we always then move on to what we call pot of questions, where we get the cup out and we answer some questions. We ask each other a random question at the pot just to discuss the film. I'm going to ask you a couple that actually aren't in the pot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's about spoofs and I haven't actually wrote. So, do you want me to go first? Where you get a cup?
Yeah. I always go first.
What type of film do you think this is a spoof of?
Serious, like disaster, like the plane's gonna crash, the boat's gonna sink.
It's like a disaster movie.
Yeah. Funniest character.
The Doctor.
Yeah. It's not called me.
And then the other thing is, do you think you need to know? So do you think, because you haven't really watched many disaster films, but did you still find? Do you think that would have enhanced?
No, I think I'll enjoy this film even if I don't watch any disaster films.
Okay.
I've said funniest character. I see you in the pot. Which character would be great in a spin-off?
The Doctor. Like a hospital spin-off.
Yeah.
With him.
I bet it's a spoof hospital film.
Was there anything uncomfortable in the film that hasn't aged? Well,
Maybe some. I remember there's a lot of religion stuff in it, like how a lot of different religions were praying. But other than that, wasn't like really offensive. It was just because it wasn't like saying what religion they were. It was just more like the outfits. But it wasn't like. And like
they probably wouldn't be putting it now.
No, but
there's also 2 African American gentlemen that speaking a language, and I don't think that would be in it anymore.
Yeah, it's like slang
like
or something.
Like a jive language.
Like slang, yeah.
I don't think that would be put in it
anymore. And I think that's all I think. I'm not wrong. Maybe some like the sexual stuff in it, maybe, but other than that. Funniest moment. Yeah, I'm pulling the hard questions, Dad.
I quite like, not the funniest moment, but I quite like the running gag that he's a taxi driver and he gets out of a taxi and someone gets in his taxi and he's still there throughout the film.
Yeah, he's at like it's gone up to like £1 million something.
Would you watch it again?
Yes. Not after. I would like have to give it a year at least so I could get most of the jokes. But
is this something where if it came on you would, and it was on, you would sit
yes.
down, would you carry on watching it?
Would you recommend it?
Do you know what? I wasn't sure about this, and I've got a feeling I wrote a letterbox review. and I think I might change it.
That's saying something.
Um,
Answer the question.
see, I would, yeah, I think I would. More so than my letterbox. I can't remember what I put and scored it. Should they make a sequel?
No, I think it's as good as maybe they could do like a spin-off of a boat.
But it's a sequel.
Is there?
Yeah, I can't remember what happens. But it's a sequel.
What character would be me? Oh god, I'm scared now.
The little boy that goes into the cockpit. Yeah. I won't repeat the lines I get asked to. But
I can't.
I can't because of...
Oh yeah. We have to pick the funniest film, but then does it hold? Wait, are you not asking me a question? This is why.
Would you like to punch? You pick one event after.
Oh. I'm not sure. Like.
I don't think there's... As much as like there's a guy, Captain Rex, who's the guy that's on the ground that he doesn't get on with.
Yeah.
I don't think there's actually...
No, I don't think I would punch anyone. Maybe the co-pilot. That thing creepy.
I'll be...
Yeah. Like
Not the
the
co-pilot.
autopilot, like
Autopilot.
most iconic scene. I'm leaving with bang.
Two spring to mind. The... Where they're slapping the person because they're having a panic attack. Or and everyone takes over and does different stuff. Or...
Yeah, that.
Um,
Like they've got like bats and
where
stuff.
he says, surely you don't mean that or something like that, and he goes, I do, but don't call me Shirley.
Yeah.
That. But to be honest, there's a couple like, as the more I think about like the autopilot popping up and
Oh, that thing.
there's loads of a bit where she's singing away and there's the girl that's in
Yeah.
right and she knocks the
You
cat-
but you wouldn't.
the thing out and it starts
yeah.
to stop her from breathing and stuff.
This might sound weird, but how did they get it on the bed on the plane?
It's just a joke, it's not real.
I know. I'm just wondering. That's something like.
So just talk about the film.
This film is like chaos. It's so like one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite, like not jokes, one of my favorite scenes in it. It's basically at the beginning. There's like this group of like is it Christians, like they're giving out flowers, aren't they?
Yeah.
And like people go in and like they're trying, oh, do you want a flower, and like they're stopping that. But then when this is the airplane guy, when the military person, which cause he's trying to get his ex, which is a like on the plane. I don't know what her job is on the plane. And he goes past him and they keep trying to budge him, and he's just like punching them all. It's like having a little karate scene in them in the middle of the air, and it's just funny. And like, oh, that reminds me of this be a joke you would say to someone. He asked for a ticket, asked for a hot ticket or not, and he's like hot ticket, and he gave him like a hot ticket with smoke. So like, it's little physical jokes.
I was going to say in this there's an awful lot of...
Like,
So this is one of those... This is... Not going into the... So I'm going to get this out there now.
yeah.
I don't like this genre of films as
You
a
know?
whole. As a kid I probably did. As I grew up I don't. Because I think... So this is probably a good example of it. So when I was discussing this category,
Yeah.
we pulled this category up, I was chatting to a couple of people I know about asking about spoof films. This was one that got mentioned, Spaceballs, which we covered, Naked Gun, which we've watched, and then it was like, what was the other one?
Have we
gonna
covered
be?
Spaceballs?
Yeah, we've watched Spaceballs.
Yeah, I'm not sorry. Spaceballs.
Spaceballs, I had this, Naked Gun were ones, Loaded Weapon, which is the last one. Spaceballs was someone that mentioned to me, I remembered it and I forgot about it, and then I went, oh yeah, I'll do Spaceballs. Because there's a really, to me there's one that kills this genre, which is called Scary Movie, and then there's another one that called Not Another Teen Movie and stuff like that. It became like they were churning them out all the time. So Scream is the real film, and Scary Movie was like a spoof of it.
Yeah.
And there's probably about 4 to 5 scary Screams now, but there's probably 6 or 7 Scary Movies, and it became like stopped being funny, and they weren't just doing horror movies, and they were pulling like 300 and dance movies in and all sorts, and it became.
But if you look back at the older
too
films,
much. Whereas this is clever.
yeah, the jokes are more like.
So, what this does, having watched it with you, is it's almost like if you don't find this funny, it's okay, because 2 seconds later there's going to be something else.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what one of my favourite jokes were. This was one which basically, can I say you don't really little rant? Basically, he's telling them like all his backstory, and it goes back, and that's like really rough bar, and like there's 2 girls fighting, they crash into the thing, and it just starts into a disco out of nowhere, which is playing on a lot of genres. But I love is when it comes back, like he sits next to like his grandma, and after he's done with it, you just see her and she's just dead, isn't she? And you go sit there and you can't find more about it, and then a guy just tries to hung himself on the plane.
Are you on about when he's telling them about his past?
Yeah.
And they keep putting different.
And like there's one where
killing themselves.
He's trying to tell the guy, he's like comes on gasoline, he's about to light it, and he's like, "We need you." And he's like, it's just like running jokes.
Well, that's it. So I think where this differs from the more modern, basically late 90s, early 2000s, there was this thing of, like I said, just trying to make more extreme, or either be really over the top or really sexual or something, just to try and make it funny, and it stopped being funny. Whereas what this does, I think, is quite clever.
It's a mix of both.
No, what this does is it has the fact that it took a film and basically copied it.
Yeah. Plagiarised.
And then, so it's got, at the core, it's got a story, and it puts the jokes in the story.
Yeah.
So, like I said, there's a bit where he's a taxi driver, he pulls up at this airport, some guy gets in, he goes, "I'll be back in a second," and then the entire film, this guy's still sat in the taxi waiting for him.
And this thing just goes up and
or the bit where you've got while all that's going on, there's 2 people on the tannoy saying, "Oh, there's no parking in the red zone." And, and the other guy goes, "There's no parking in the white zone." And he goes, "No, you can park in the white zone." And it's like they're arguing, but it's only in the background, so it's not actually...
And then they just stop with the rants and just like start arguing each other. It's like, I think I've got, for me, this film takes, I can't remember what the genre of comedy is, where it takes like, say you said, "Oh, like let us sink in," you let us sink in. It's like that type of comedy. I think it's like more like taking it fit like what you're saying more. Like when they say it, when like they take news or like they take some pictures and take some pictures off the walls, stuff like that. It's just like
So like,
I don't know what the comedy genre is called though.
So they play on the words.
Yeah, play on words. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
so I just not good at comedy.
But they do a lot. So they do like this kind of. This is what I'm saying. It takes the mick out of the genre of a disaster genre.
Yeah.
It's like the guy from the airport, the Steve Kruski, I think his name is, and he's going, "This is a bad week for me to give up cigarettes." And back then becomes, "This is a bad week for me to give up alcohol. This is a bad week for me to stop sniffing glue." And it goes on and on and on throughout the film. Like you say, the bit where he goes, "I'll take some pictures," so they start taking the pictures of the wall.
There's one more character I really like from that scene. He's like this, like...
Oh, I know you're going to say...
I don't know his name.
I can't think. I didn't write his name down.
He's a comedian, and like he does stuff in the background. Like he'll just be like doing weird stuff.
Oh yeah, so he passes him like a sheet and he goes, "What do you make of this?" And he goes, "Ooh, I could make a flower. I could make a bat." And stuff.
It's just like it's not like in your face jokes, but he just like sometimes in the background just like.
So this is what I'm saying, man. So this is quite good. It does like the slapstick humour, which is like the physical humour.
Yeah.
Just for subtle stuff. So like you say, there'll be like. Take the pictures of the people in the background, start taking the pictures off the wall, or there'll be like really obvious joke after joke trying to chuck you, or then like I said, like the little bits where he goes like, "Oh, surely we should be doing this," and he goes, "Yeah, we should, but don't call me Shirley," and he repeats that line. So like he's playing on the words throughout the thing. I would say there's been a lot of rewrites of this script when he did it. So like it was like, I bet you when he wrote it was almost like. I remember listening to something about it, and they said that it was kind of like they wrote the script, and then they just went back and tried to put a joke where there wasn't a joke, so they were almost hitting.
I feel like some of this might have been improv too.
Possibly, but nowadays it would definitely be, because they cast a lot of comedians in it, I'd imagine. So, spoofs as a general, you've got, this is what I'm saying. They tend to pick a genre. So, we do Spaceballs, which is clearly a spin-off Star Wars. We've done Naked Gun, which is like a police drama. Loaded Weapon is like an action spin-off.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. Then they went through, like I said, the 90s where they... Some of the problem with the 90s, late 90s and early 2000s, they started doing like teen movie ones and stuff. So they actually started taking things that were kind of funny anyway, or had humour in them, and then started taking the mick out of them.
Yeah.
And then the most recent type of thing is Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz technically could be considered spoofs because they're taking a genre and making it a comedy by playing on the usual traits of a film. So that's what a spoof does essentially. So it finds out usually this is what happens in a disaster movie, so let's make that funny, and that's what they've done. But I wouldn't class them really as spoofs. But if you Google spoofs, Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead come up, I wouldn't consider it in the same way as these are, because these are literally made to try and make you laugh. And when we cover the three that we've already covered, I think you'll understand why some I would rate better than others.
Yeah, like I want to admit, the other character which I love is the autopilot. It's just this creepy blow up thing, but this thing's alive, I swear. Its face changes so much.
Well, that's the whole point of the autopilot. It's just like it's actually just the computer does it.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that it's like that instead when you press autopilot,
and
this
like,
inflatable.
I don't know if I can
person,
mention this scene, but when he starts deflating,
she's blowing it up from where it looks very inappropriate.
Yeah. And like its face on it was just changed.
There's a bit where they keep the co-pilot before that is called Roger.
Yeah.
So when they keep saying Roger on the radio to each other, he keeps going what?
What?
Because he thinks they're calling his name, and I think that's quite funny.
I like the ending when they can't get the wheels down, so they just skid the plane. I don't know if this looks perfectly meant to look bad. But when he looks at the plane, the autopilot comes up, and then he blows the wife next to him, and the plane just like weirdly turns and flies off again. Like it's just like, I don't know what to rate this film. You know that.
Right. So while you're having a think, I'll explain to the listeners. So we rate our films out of 5. 5 being a perfect example of the genre. So you would be basing this on comedy or spoofs. 4 being an excellent film. 3 being a recommendation. 2 maybe it's on TV, give it a watch. 1 is an avoid. So while you're thinking, do you want me to read my letterbox review?
Yeah, because you're gonna regret it, aren't you?
So.
You're 17.
So, bring this one up, so.
What would you make it a 2 or something?
So this is probably the king of spoof films, and worked perfectly well as a film in its own right. However, whilst I did laugh at times, I just never find spoof films incredibly rewatchable.
What did you rate it as?
What I'm going to add is, however, this holds up much better than expected. And I originally gave it a 2.5. I've now changed to 3, which I think is an acceptable score for it. I don't know whether there's a perfect example of this genre, that's a problem.
I think I might give it a 3.5, because I think...
I thought you'd gave it higher.
Yeah, because I was thinking, but I think with films it's good to rewatch them a lot, but it would have to be a while for you to rewatch it.
I don't know whether this would straight away for you, because I think you would pick up jokes that you didn't.
I would, but I would rather rewatch it after a while, so laugh again.
So you're giving it a 3.5. Gives it a 3.25. It's still a solid film. So that's a 3.25. So that's above recommendation. Like I said, this is definitely.
Choose your card.
I would say this is definitely something that I would suggest if you want to laugh, this will make you laugh.
Yeah, if you're not.
But you don't have to concentrate. So our next little section is we do a quiz section where I ask Harry Potter questions and he asks me 4 random film questions. Shall I ask you first?
Yeah.
Harry and Ron follow which creature into the forbidden forest?
Spiders.
Mm-hmm.
In the 2003 computer animated film Finding Nemo, what animal do Marlin and Dory hitch a ride with?
Sea turtles.
Yeah, turtle, yeah.
Aragog tells Harry and Ron that who didn't open the Chamber of Secrets?
Hagrid.
Correct.
Oh. In the 1987 thriller Foul Attraction,
Fatal Attraction.
what animal do observe?
A bunny? A rabbit?
Yeah, family pet rabbit, yeah. I can't, is it serve? Is it, yeah. Is it just, I can't say the name.
The obsessed woman cook on the stove.
I never watched the film.
For new listeners, Harry's got dyslexia, so that's why sometimes he struggles. In which part of Hogwarts was Moaning Myrtle killed?
Do I need to know the floor? Or
No.
the woman's bathroom, is it? Or the girl's bathroom? In Police Academy, from previous month, what is the nickname for the tall...
Hightower.
Yeah, I knew you would get that. And you don't get this one, be shocked.
Who was kidnapped and left in the Chamber of Secrets?
Ginny Weasley.
So you got all four right. I've got to.
In the 1988 Academy movie Die Hard, what does the action Die Hard? What does Detective John McClane leave in the limo?
It's like a big teddy bear.
Yeah. The tie. How are we gonna?
We don't ever do a tiebreaker. We just accept it's a tie.
For
So
now.
we've got two things to do now. We do another little thing where we have to describe things to each other
Oh God.
without naming. So this is characters, and we've got to do it without naming the film that they are from or their name. So if it was Iron Man, you couldn't say Iron Man.
Metal Boy.
You could say Avengers technically.
Yeah. Metal Boy.
Oh, no, you couldn't say Avengers because he is in it.
Yeah.
But you could say
Metal Boy.
you could say Marvel,
Yeah.
Metal Man.
Yeah, Metal Man.
But you can't name him. Could you? If I said Iron Man, could you say Tony Stark?
No,
could
no. I think that's a bit of a grey
This
line
is
there.
new one. This is cartoon characters.
What does that mean? Like cartoon film or cartoon?
Cartoon characters.
In general.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, because
But the ones you'll know.
You sure? Oh wait, are these cartoon characters? Oh.
Mhm.
Who's going
So-
first? No, I'm just gonna bring them all over here because I can.
Harry's going to try and describe them, and I've got a minute to name as many as possible. Probably longer if you're listening at home.
How?
Or watching. Ready? Go.
He's yellow. He's from the longest TV show.
Bart Simpson.
Yeah. He's a. No, I can't say that. He's a thing you play with. He's a collector's item.
Woody.
Yeah. I can't say toy, that's the problem. Scar, help me. Scar, help me. I can't say his name.
Mufasa.
Yeah. Robot which cleans.
Baymax.
No, robot which cleans Earth.
Wally.
Yeah. He's a big marshmallow looking robot.
Baymax.
Yeah. I try not to say names, but cartoon and real life.
So Toothless.
No, cartoon and real life.
Oh, I don't know.
Roger Rabbit. I can't really say rabbit, could I? Because it's in the title. I think that's because of that.
I'm going to
1, 2, 3,
5.
4. I have to like think ahead before I,
Okay.
You got 5.
Do you reckon we can get more than 5?
No.
Describing?
No.
I think we will. Ready? Little mouse with really clever people that live in the bush that are like mice but black. I can't say the name. She goes to see a doctor.
I don't know her name.
big massive robot. Doesn't want to be a weapon.
Iron Giant.
Oliver had a painting of him on his
Mike
wall.
Sosky.
On his window. He wore a crown.
King Bob. King Bob. I don't
Lives in 100 Acre Wood. Eeyore, Piglet.
Winnie the Pooh.
You've got a picture on your window.
Stitch. My wall.
Film we've just watched at the cinema not long ago, and Oliver's got it on his window.
Wild Robot. I don't know what the names are.
Can't say that. It's going to be live action, but it is
How
cartoon.
to Toothless. How to. It looks good.
Space Ranger. Wings pop out. Space Ranger, come on.
But sorry. Can you say Space Ranger? Cause isn't
Yeah. That's not even the title
Sorry.
of a film. So we got 6 still.
See, I have to think just logically. I did well.
We've got one more thing we're going to cover today.
Oh, more
A
things.
little something we're going to discuss. We'll do this category again because there's quite a few in there. If you think of some that we haven't got, we can pop them in. So this week has come out the trailer to How to Train Your Dragon.
Live action.
Live action.
Big weakness was.
What?
Big weakness was for films.
So, my question to you is, we like the How to Train Your Dragon films. My question to you is, How to Train Your Dragon live action. It looks amazing from a trailer, right? But my question is, do we need it?
No, but I can kind of see why, because like they probably look at Disney and like and how massive their quite good live action is.
So if you look online,
Yeah.
all the Instagram, TikTok reels, all that sort of stuff, are comparing it shot for shot to the cartoon. Because they've literally done it shot to shot. So why do you need it? Because
I know, but for me, as long as the dragons look okay, I'm fine. Because to me, it looks better than Disney's live action. That's saying something. Because
yeah, but a lot of their live action isn't very good.
we know.
But what I'm saying is, so I've seen a few people online talk about it. Sam Summers, who we had on, the guy who we did Space Jam with, that teach animation. M from Verbal Diorama came on and we did The Mummy.
Yeah.
Both those are obviously huge animation fans. Both have the same opinion of it.
Yeah, like
It's a successful enough franchise that had 3 films.
Yeah.
So it's done well.
yeah.
It's not like it's 20, 30 years old.
No.
They all came out with 2000s.
Like I would.
So does it need to exist?
I can see why they're doing it. Probably because obviously Disney made a lot of money on them, so they probably want to see how they do it. But like, this is the only thing of their films I can see them doing live action. So it's not like they can do it like say Shrek. Did they make Shrek? Because obviously that's not. It's got humans in it, so it wouldn't be really live action, would it?
So if we go to watch it and it's literally shot for shot the same film,
Which I haven't on our phones moved.
would you be disappointed?
Not really, because I'd be very shocked that it's shot to shot. You know what I mean? Because how animation works compared to live action, obviously working with CGI and real life actors and stuff like that. I was really impressed if it's like good, because obviously you got to think they've got to do loads of different types of dragons and all that. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if has the cast been revealed for it yet, or
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure one of his friends is being played by the kid from Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I've seen it somewhere. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not like getting overexcited for it.
You see, because I just wonder whether if you watch it and it's the exact same film, what was the point?
I would have kind of liked to see a different like spin off to this in live action. That might be more interesting.
Because it's not the same as the books anyway.
Yeah.
The books is different.
I would maybe like to see some stuff about the dragons maybe, but like
I'm just being intrigued to see. Like it's for the same director.
yeah.
As the cartoon. So the cartoons were directed by two guys. One who's carried on and done the live action, and he's done all 3 of them. And the other guy is the one that's done the Wild Robot.
Which is amazing.
So it's got one of the, and this is the guy that wrote
Yeah.
the film as well. So it's got a right guy behind it. I can't see. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna love it probably. If it is just the same, I would love it. But at the same time, part of me would be like, does it have to be live action to make it successful?
No, what I hope is this does well enough for them to maybe think, let's try and do our own live action animated films based on the franchise we've done, obviously, because it's a bit difficult to happen. And maybe try and do a spin off to say.
The thing is, so like, for me, the second one's the best one of the Stranger Dragon films. So the plus point is it could make people go and watch animated films.
Yeah.
But then if it's successful, they will do the second one.
Yeah.
And then they'll do the third one.
Yeah.
So essentially, they're just remaking the films.
What's kind
Whereas I think there's a lot of animated films, a lot of them are Disney, to be honest. That, like Treasure Planet, Atlantis, Black Cauldron, things like that. Things that were kind of like, they're not as popular films that could have been remade.
What's kind of confused me is they've announced this, but I'm pretty sure DreamWorks made the Bad Guy film. Have you heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
They've just announced a sequel to that when they've just announced the first live action thing. And I've not seen a trailer for it, but if it comes out before it feels like they're trying to sabotage this.
No, because it's a completely different thing.
True, but like I think Bad Guy film was one of the successful film. I think.
No,
it wasn't successful. It was like
it wasn't as successful as the How to Train Your Dragon film.
No, what I mean is like it was like popular when it first came out. Cause
I've never seen it.
Same, like, but apparently it's good.
Which I don't think it's that big of a film at all.
I'm not sure.
I think it'll make okay money, but I don't think it's as popular as it is.
I'm hoping if they test this, I hope they do something different with this franchise. Maybe in live action, make different stories.
You see what I'm saying? If they just make the 3 films all in live action, why?
Yeah, like I hope they kind of like change, maybe like do their own film based on this, maybe set before it or.
I don't think they will. I think that if this is successful, they will just make the other 2. Don't get me wrong, they could add bits into them and flesh them out.
That would be cool, actually.
But I've got a feeling it's going to be quite close to it.
Like,
you probably know about the runtime, because I bet you one's about an hour and a half. The animated one. So this is similar sort of runtime.
I hope isn't the second one the massive one. Like I hope they do. The only reason I want to see the second one is because I want to see that in live action, because it'd be cool. I think.
But is it going to be cooler than it was in animated?
And that's what I want to see.
I don't think it can be. That's the thing. I don't know how it gets better.
That's what I mean. Like,
it's almost disrespecting animation by making it live action.
I never really get the live. They call them live action. The live action like Lion King. It's not live action, is it?
No.
Like.
Would you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, making it a live action film to make it successful. It's basically sort of saying animation it can't be successful. When actually this year's proved.
Yeah.
That
new things.
Inside Out 2 is gone through $1 billion at the box office.
That's it. Wow.
Yeah, and Wild Robot has been a sleeper hit as well because no one expected it to be good, and it's smashed through its budget in the first few weeks.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to like change it, but like Disney announced Mufasa, but they called them animated. They've done Lion King sequels in animation. We've done it live action, and it's based on Mufasa's past. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like
no one was asking for it.
No, like we don't need to know about Mufasa's past because he wasn't that important the first time he dies.
Yeah, but he is important.
Yeah, but like, why just do it in live action? Why not do it in animation? Because
why do it?
Yeah.
You don't need to know his backstory or the character.
Weren't even the original voice, was it anymore? Was it? Cause
oh no, it's not. It's somebody else.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Darth Vader voiced him.
And
so
he passed away. Yeah.
So it's like.
I know. I just think it's one of those films that I think How to Train Your Dragon will be good.
Yeah, I think.
But I think it's not necessarily needed.
I think Disney they need to realise that do more animated stuff.
Because that's not Disney.
Yeah, and Loom and this, they just need to stick with animation. I think because
animated films can be really good.
I think they need to start picking up like small book series.
As I said to you, if you're going to remake a film, remake one that I wrote was actually a really good film that was missed by people.
Yeah.
Or was a really good idea that wasn't executed well, be it either budget or the wrong people were involved.
I mean, like Is there any Disney actual animated film coming out this year? Was there any?
Moana 2.
Yeah, that was going to be a TV show, and then they stretched it onto a film.
Yeah, it comes out in a couple of weeks.
Is it? Yeah. So that does look good. I got to admit, it does look
We're
good.
going to make a live action of the first film. It's
Like-
filming at the moment.
Like,
Shots have come out the last couple of days of. Yeah,
what's the point?
I don't know.
Are they gonna have The Rock playing Mario in live
Yeah,
action?
he is.
Okay, that's fine then. I
No,
don't-
really, doesn't need it.
Yeah, I know. It's just like
But yeah, so I just thought I'd ask you.
I've got.
Let us
pages.
know if you listen what
Thanks,
your
Scott.
thoughts on this are. Whether do animated movies need remaking in live action, or should they just leave them as they are? I can understand if they're not. Like I said, Treasure Planet, for instance, wasn't. We watched that. It wasn't as popular, but it's actually a really good film. Atlantis is a really good film, but wasn't.
Yeah, please admit Atlantis.
So make them live action. Make the ones that weren't successful as live action, rather than making.
Yeah, or just like find small book fans out you're popular in certain fan and try and bring
But what I'm saying is, if they're going to remake
Yeah.
something,
make that older
don't
fans.
remake something that well. Remake something that was a good idea or just missed the boat slightly with it at the wrong
Yeah.
time. Because you can find that some of these films came out at the same time as, like, say, I bet you something came out, say, when Shrek came out. So Shrek was for success, and this was missed. Well, that's one you remake.
Yeah.
Because if it's a really good film, has a really good plot and story, you can remake that and open it to a new audience. So, like, we're covering Airplane today, yeah?
Yeah.
If this might make you go watch Airplane 2, or it might make you go watch the original to see what it was like. That if you're going to remake something, that's why you should be doing it, to open up the world to something that was missed, not remake something that was already successful. It'd be like remaking Iron Man.
Yeah. It's just was like
Why?
yeah.
Or remaking, which they do remake. They don't remake Ghostbusters, but they add on to Ghostbusters. Or there's those films like Back to the Future and Goonies that had its time. Don't remake them. Because you don't
Expand on
need to.
them.
Well, no, you don't need to. But
No.
but then, like, there'll be other films that we watched during that time that we've probably covered in a podcast. Batteries Not Included was a good film,
But just needed a better time.
but probably didn't hit the sort of heights of a lot of films. So maybe those are the type of films I should look at. Anyway, that's enough of us babbling.
Yeah.
Follow us anywhere on social media at When Harry Met Movies, and give us a like and subscribe wherever you listen or watch.
Bye. Bye, Scott.
See you now.